By representing the D2, those all in from his appearing for the family of the deceased on account of medical emergency. I would agree with the defense that this case, owing to the fact that it is a public interest suit, the assembly adjourned today. I appreciate the fact that the prosecution had availed 2 witnesses and the defense were all ready to proceed. But owing to the circumstances and explanations given, the case will be adjourned for today to enable all parties have a proper representation so that we can have a proper flow of the case. Matter is taken out of today's course list. We can have another date. I further direct that Dr. Ndegwa to attend court physically as agreed by the parties.
Much of the thank you so much
we also request that we have at least 2 consecutive days, and perhaps when there's no other clear dates.
Of October.
Seven.
That's
Yes.
Yes.
It's not on the page.
It's not on
The week of 13th of October. 13, 14, 16.
Before we finish up with that matter, tell the issue me with some more.
Your Honor, first, this is the pathology, the first pathologist who conducted a postmortem. And this is his findings were actually questioned, leading to an exhumation and a second autopsy. The exercise he conducted is very not only to my client, and I believe many of the clients being represented, but more importantly, even to the family. Because they want this, they had questions and they would really want to have a feel that this doctor testified, and them having come, and I think the family is here, would want to have a feel that this doctor physically came and supported his report. You know, the court gave directions the last time, Your Honor, in terms of the importance of witnesses testifying here physically when there was an application by Mr. Mogani. And none other than the prosecutor, learned prosecutor, with very good reasons, and I really liked those reasons, supported that fact that it is important for them to take the witness stand. So it is my humble request or application to this court to review those orders. This is a government employee paid by the government. And I was informed, I hope it was correct, that no reason was even placed as to why he can't come today. no reason whatsoever. So that the court can even make a decision on the basis of that, on the basis of the reasons that will have been advanced. So I humbly request the court, and especially on account of my client, and to an extent the family, because I've spoken to Ms. Martina, if this doctor can testify, and if he can't testify today, Your Honor, then we can take a date for that testimony. Secondly, Your Honor, Ms. Martina Swiga was present here also representing my brother, Counsel Omari. And she unfortunately got a call that the public interest in this particular matter and the desire for the family and everyone to know that there was a fair process. It would only be fair, in my view, to also give them that chance to be present, especially when these very critical witnesses are testifying. To be present so that the family feels also that they were represented, the questions they had were actually posed, noting that the prosecutor is not holding brief for any party. Lastly, I also know the court has been sitting since morning. We were with you yesterday, and we do not know, I've seen the nature of the matter that my brothers and I practice with them. They are really yearning to protect their clients. I would not want our matter based on our circumstances to at least stretch the court outside what will be humanly possible, especially looking at the time. So with those ones, I very, very kindly request, Your Honor, if we can just take other dates so that we can at least ensure that we proceed in the manner that we have been proceeding. Very, very kindly. Thank you.
We take another date, especially for the two most critical witnesses. Also requesting that both of them appear physically.
Don't have any problem with the doctor coming seeking for a summons for the next day. For the other issue, for Ms. Martina, she did not have a problem with us proceeding. In fact, she was asking if she would have been given the link for her to join in. There's a note to that effect. She had slipped some. Now we still have the doctor who was here in the morning, stepped out, he had some engagement at 1. He has informed me that he'll be coming back at 4. And apart from counsel feeling sorry for us sitting for long hours, I believe those are still working hours. You can tell us if they have a problem with those issues. But that one witness will be ready to proceed in the circumstances. I believe those are the only issues that have been raised that have been addressed. Yes. Don't want to call the client for Mr. Mgani to come to Ghana. It was not objected. It was allowed and directions given. Same way as I did yesterday, I made an application. It was not opposed and directions were given. And I was telling my colleague that for this doctor, apart from the sentiments he has raised, his evidence is there on paper. He can even read it verbatim, even without appearing physically here. He can even read as a narration. But if they insist, I do not have a problem with him coming physically. So let that not be an issue. But maybe the court can give us directions with regards to Dr. Zuri, who was here, and his intentions are still there to come today.
Thank you so much for that. That advice is clear. So for Dr. Zuri, the problem we will encounter is that he's saying he has not been slipped, that we can, my colleague Martina can attend virtually. Therein lies the problem. The witness now coming in is supposed to be testifying physically. So I believe the indication was there because I've spoken to our colleague Martina Sweden. She would only have been a bit comfortable if we were dealing with Dr. Ndegwa, who would have been appearing virtually. But to the extent of the one coming physically, we already have a handicap there. And Your Honor, this is a very serious matter. We do not want to take chances with someone saying that even my advocate was not present when a very crucial witness was being interviewed. And remember, that is the family pathologist. And you know how much my colleague Mr. Mari I don't know which word to use, can make noise. I think that is the word I can use. And we don't want to find ourselves there. And with applications to recall. So we are just trying to ensure that whatever we are doing is done in broad daylight, and taking another date, even for that doctor, I don't think there will be any issues. The application that my colleague says is the one who made an application in respect to Mr. Morgane's client, the record will just reflect, and Your Honor, you can remember very well. It is Mr. Morgane who made that application, he opposed, and the court made its decision and we obliged. So that consistency is what we are requesting. But again, and to save more time, I think on my side, I'll let you.